to the Horse and the Hound.
Oklahoma City ain't nothing gonna stop me tonight. Scared money don't mean nothing. Nothing in life can come free. Grab what you can carry while you're getting still good. And nothing's all you ever gonna be.
What is up, Mike?
What's going on, Dallas?
We got another episode of The Horse and the Hound today, man. Have you been paying attention to the Olympics?
You know it, man. I'm loving it. Go USA, but it's been fun, man. A little controversy. We'll get into that later.
Well, last episode we talked about your geography skills. You said you were pretty good.
Pretty good.
Well, we're about to put it to the test. I brought in my expert. He was able to clear his schedule. He has a lot of important meetings to do. But here he is, our very important guest.
Who we got? Whoa!
Now,
Who is this guy?
He's a killer.
I see
I'm
that.
Jackson Smith, and this is Dad, and this is Mike McRae.
All
What's up, man?
All right, thanks for being here, buddy. All right, so here are the rules. We're going to show y'all each one country flag, and the first one to name that flag correctly gets a point,
man.
okay?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so
right.
keep your seat. Turn that down just a little bit.
Let's do it.
Okay.
This is great.
Let's go.
All right, let's get it.
Right here, okay?
Okay, let's guess all of them. Seychelles,
What?
What'd he say?
Vatican City,
No. Hold on.
Palau,
What? Great Britain.
Okay, Britain.
New Zealand.
What? Dog, that's the Reebok symbol. What?
This is New Zealand.
Hold on.
UK.
Britain. Oh, okay, he got me. Sound like Street Fighter. Japan.
Jamaica.
Jordan.
No, that's- Is that real? Dog,
Is that Jordan?
I was not ready for this. What do we got?
Russia.
No, Moldova.
What? That's Spain.
Albania.
That's the Lamborghini symbol. What is this? No way.
Australia.
All right, Australia. What was that?
Okay, it's Bermuda. Now that's
Senegal.
Burundi.
South Africa.
This is ridiculous.
That's
Congo.
Vanuatu.
Dog, I never heard of these countries. Why you so good at this? Is crazy. What you got? All right, here we go. Come back.
Bolivia.
Spain.
Bolivia.
God, dog. Italy.
Guinea. St. Vincent and the
I ain't
Grenadines.
gonna hold you. I never seen that. That's crazy.
Ready?
Israel.
No, Honduras.
That has to be Israel. It has.
Honduras. Panama.
Oh, that's all right. That is
I've
Panama.
never heard of
To be fair, that's
Panama.
Panama. Congo.
Martinique.
This is terrible. It's going bad for me.
Singapore.
I gotta get this one.
Turkey.
Mauritania. Finland.
Dog, there's no way.
PEDs. PEDs.
Yo, what? Jackson, you supposed to take it easy on me, man.
That is a 20-0 skunk.
What?
That is a 20-0 skunk from the pony. That is my son.
Listen. For one, I never even heard of most of them countries, man. He knew.
He can tell you every country.
All right, I did it. Woo-hoo!
I love you, son. Thanks for coming out here. You're so good.
Good job, bud. Hey, good game, man. You busted my tail. Good job, buddy. Dog, he legit.
I told you.
Dog, he knew every.
And we could do 100 more, and we would not, and he would still
Oh
beat
my
us.
gosh, man.
Maybe America and Canada and Mexico. Other than
Dog,
that,
I saw the Lamborghini symbol on the flag. Like, what is this? He was like Mozambique or whatever he said. Yeah, I got cleaned up, man. That was bad. Listen, I gotta study up or something, man. That was rough, man.
yeah, we definitely got the silver medal on that one. All right, well, that didn't go quite as planned. Well, actually, that could go exactly planned. I knew we had no chance.
Dog, I thought, and I'm pretty solid with the geography. You know what I mean? I thought I would be all right. I thought I would have a chance. The young man came in and he handled
He
business,
came
man.
in and did work. He
He left no doubt, man.
Yeah, no doubt. That was dominant.
Yeah, shout out to him, man. Shout out to Jackson.
All right, let's get started. Our four futures.
Oh, yeah. As usual, every week, we're going to come to you with at least 4 futures. Lock these in when you get a chance. My very first one, I have Colorado over 5.5 wins. What do you think about Colorado overall, man?
We already know they're a talented squad. The hype last year was too much. We all kind of felt that coming.
Big time.
So I think a lot of people got a bad taste in their mouth. But the team's talented. They got a good coach. He's not the best athlete of all time, but he's a good coach. And
Nice.
they brought in more talent.
Yeah.
They just got more talented. So I do think that a 6-7 win season is for real. You know, they played some good teams this year. Houston, I believe, at home. Or not Houston, Utah at home.
Yeah.
Kansas State at home.
Yep.
And
Correct.
Tech at Tech, correct?
Yep.
No,
Very
yeah, I think
real.
it's real. What is our producer? Producer, don't say anything. Just give us a Colorado over 5.5 wins.
He's
Okay.
going for it.
Three.
Yeah. I think it's really safe, man. I think last year they won 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
The line is at 5.5 now. They get some of their tougher opponents, like you alluded to,
Mm-hmm.
at home. And they hit the transfer portal really hard to help solidify the offensive line. That was the biggest issue last year, I believe. Obviously, their defense was cheeks too, but they really solidified the offensive line. And then just everywhere, really, both lines of scrimmage, they really solidified in the transfer market. And then they got Will Shepherd at receiver, big-time player out of Vandy.
Vandy.
I know it sounds weird, F Vandy, I know it, but that's the type of weapon they needed to complement a Travis
The
Hunter.
prototypical elite receiver.
Yeah, big extra. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's a really safe bet for Colorado, man. Lock it in over 5.5 wins. You can find that everywhere.
So my 2 this week, they're both going to be rookies. First one is Jaden Daniels, 19.5 touchdowns, passing touchdowns.
Under or over?
I am going to go. This dude is so talented.
Facts.
Coming off Heisman Trophy, I'm going to take him on the under.
Ooh.
I do not think he'll get 20 touchdowns this year. Since the NFL came to be and they started keeping record, 20 quarterbacks have done this. Period. Have done past the 20 touchdown threshold.
Got you.
And going through this list, you see, obviously, your Justin Herbert broke the record back in 2020 with 31. That's kind of an outlier. Baker Mayfield's number 2, by the way.
Got to be an outlier.
And really, if you go through this, it's a bunch of pocket passers, like traditional pocket passers.
Okay.
Now, I do not think this is a line he'll reach. I think he'll get close. I'm projecting him about 17 to 18, but I think this is a good. The math's on this one.
I got you. And I can see that. The one thing that kind of gives me a little pause with that one, he has Cliff Kingsbury's offense. And you know Cliff Kingsbury is going to sling the ball around, and he can luck into some stuff with the athletes he has in space. He has Terry McLaurin, who I think is the most underrated receiver in the league. He has Jahan Dotson. He got Austin Eckler, you know what I'm saying, the ultimate third down, dump off back. So he's got some weapons in there. So I do believe that's a good bet. I think it's going to be really close, though.
Okay, I'm going with the probability there.
Got it.
The probability bet. All right. But yeah,
Like
it's a good
that.
point, the Cliff Kingsbury thing. He did have a rookie, Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
I believe I
You
just
know,
saw that. Yep, Kyler Murray hit 20 in 2019.
Yeah,
So do you think that's a comparable situation?
absolutely. And I think the athleticism kind of tracks along the same path. So with that, I think it'll be really close, but I will also lean under on that one, man.
All right.
My next one, and I hate to say it because I can't stand him. Gosh, I can't stand him, man. Patrick Mahomes over 4,299.5 pass yards. So he needs 4,300 yards, and that has not been an issue for Patrick Mahomes. If you look at his stats, last year felt like a big-time down year. He had 4,183 last year in the passing yards. And it felt like they really morphed into more of a rushing team last year, and then they make the additions they made this year with the redundant wide receiver tandem of the redundant skill set of Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown.
Mm-hmm.
They add that. He's still got Travis Kelce there, who's his number one, receiving threat. And then you have Isaiah Pacheco, who's just going to be just so efficient this year with the rushing game. And that defense is just getting better and better, man. They're going to have plenty of opportunities to be on the field, and I just think he's going to just still light it up. If you look at prior to last year, year before, 5,250 passing yards. Year before that, over 4,800. Year before that, over 4,700. So he's accustomed to going over that number, and I think he'll get back to that.
Again, this is a probability.
Yeah.
We're looking back through history. We're seeing how many times he's done this. What are the odds of him doing this again? The math says he should do this again.
Yeah.
Okay. So my second future, another rookie, another super talented rookie, Marvin Harrison Jr., the legacy. All right, he currently has a line at 1,075.5 receiving yards. That is a huge line. Some people might not think it's that crazy, but this dude's a rookie, okay?
Yeah.
The rookies break going over that 1,000-yard mark is very rare. Just recently, with your Justin Jeffersons, your Jamar Chases, they're kind of making it normal now, okay? I broke it down. So for him to reach that mark, he needs to have 60 yards a game.
That makes it sound so easy, right?
It does make it sound very easy. And I might be playing it down a little bit. It's still a big mark to make, but he is a true, like, blue blood alpha receiver.
Yeah.
And I do think this is an achievable line for him. I think Kyler will feed him. I think he's in a good scheme. This offense got a lot better in the offseason.
Big time fact. And then you get Kyler Murray back and healthy. I know it's not going to be the same offensive system, but you get Kyler Murray back by itself. That lends to an increased amount of production.
Okay.
And he's the unquestioned number one receiver there. I also like Michael Wilson on the other side of the field. Trey McBride. Zay Jones has apparently been ripping it up in camp. Trey McBride. Like, they have a lot of legitimate weapons. I think that line is definitely achievable. And then when you break it down that way, you say 60 yards a game, it's like, man, yeah, of course he can do that.
All right, here's a little pop quiz for you. Who was the last
rookie?
Arizona rookie to get 1,000 receiving yards? Said it twice.
I'll go, oh, man. Did not prepare for this pre-show. I don't know what Michael Floyd did. Probably like Steve Breston or someone crazy. Like,
Don't know. Anquan Bolden, 2003.
it's been that long.
2003.
Shout out to Anquan. Talking about underrated. Anquan Bolden was a dog. Like, yeah, that's a nice name drop, man.
Okay. That's our future. So we got Jaden Daniels, under 19.5 passing touchdowns. Colorado, over 5.5 wins. Marvin Harrison, over 1,075.5 receiving yards. And Patrick Mahomes, over
4,299.5 pass
there it
yards.
is. That's easy money.
Lock it in.
Lock it in. All right. Let's move on. So we got a question today. Marcus, the Raiders fan from California, asked a question.
My dog.
If you could pick one of these two players in their prime to be your franchise quarterback,
Okay.
who would you pick? The two players are Josh Allen or Cam Newton. Have to pick one.
That's a good question, man. I'm gonna go Cam Newton. I think Cam Newton is such a rare athlete, not just what he does on the field with using his athleticism, the build, the way that he approached the game, and the production he had. Like, he went to a Super Bowl. He had Ted Ginn as his number one raw receiver. Like, I've seen Cam Newton do it with very limited weapons. So I'm going to go with the guy I've seen play at the highest level, MVP.
Was Kelvin Benjamin already off the team at that time?
I cannot recall. I don't think Kelvin Benjamin was the most productive receiver on that team, but I'll look that up while we discuss this more, man. But Cam Newton, I'm going Cam Newton all day. I feel like I've seen him with inferior weapons play at the highest level. I've never seen Josh Allen. You know, obviously he's had to deal with Mahomes. I haven't seen Josh Allen achieve what Cam Newton has. And I think athletically, I think Josh Allen and Cam Newton is comparable. But something about Cam Newton, you know, and I don't know. I think Cam Newton's a slightly better athlete, and he's achieved more with less.
Fortunate for Cam Newton, he didn't share a division with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Producer, do you agree with these statements? I'm also going to take Cam Newton.
Cam Newton, unanimous.
We got 3 Cam Newtons.
There it is. We got
All right.
3.
All right. So we got another question, correct?
Yeah, we did. We actually had one of our listeners send in a draft that he did, and he wanted us to grade his team. So I'm going to bring it up. And let me see.
This is what we're going to start doing. If you want to send in your fantasy rosters, we've created our own little rubric. So we will send you a grade here on the episode every week. So send them in.
Yeah. All right, this guy's roster. This is Jonathan from Maryland. His roster, for one, his team name's pretty good. Bed Bath and Bijan, very nice. His team in the ESPN, you know, regular PPR leagues settings. He had Dak Prescott at quarterback.
We them boys.
Christian McCaffrey, obviously had the first pick. Travis Etienne, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, Evan Ingram.
Let's pause right there. Okay. I love the way it started. There's a little sneak peek there with Jalen Waddle, who I think is a must draft this year. Jalen Waddle is a must draft this year.
Yeah, he'll be a problem this year.
Yes, so far this build is, I love this build.
No, so he started off, it seems like he started off with McCaffrey, pick 1, and then the last pick of the second round, at the 2-3 turn, he took in whatever order, Etienne and Waddle. Then it goes all the way down back, and he has the last pick of the 4th round. And somehow in the 4-5 turn, he gets Derrick Henry and Devontae Smith.
What?
So I don't know. He has Derrick Henry in his flex.
Who are you drafting with?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how this person put this team together. But
There's 3 people in this league.
oh, it's not over. It's not over. There's more. And then for his bench, because we don't care about kickers, we got Harrison Butker,
Kick the
whatever.
kicker.
And then he has the Niners defense, which is great, But on his bench, he has DeAndre Hopkins, Deontay Johnson, Raheem Mostert, Keon Coleman, who I love this year, draft him everywhere. Baker Mayfield, who's, your guy.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
He has a defense on the bench is the only thing I'm not crazy about. And then he has Pat Freiermuth, who's the very last, the safest tight end this year if you want to just punt at the position. He has him on the bench. That's his bench. That team is absurd.
Dude, this one I think you got lucky with an easy league, but I won't hold that against your roster. Mike,
Yeah.
what would you get?
Oh, that's an A times. That team, there's no way he has every position is loaded. He obviously has, unless there's a short of an injury, major injuries, he should be able to walk through. Just the floor he has with that team with Derrick Henry in the flex. You have ETN, you have Christian McCaffrey, who's the best player in fantasy. And you have good defense. You have Niners defense.
I love Jalen Waddle. He's a must draft for me
gosh.
this year, but you did not get a number 1 receiver. So that's the only thing I'm gonna knock you on, and I'm gonna give you just an A-.
Okay. I just feel like that team, I don't know who, I guess we would like to see other people's teams in that league.
Yep.
That team is loaded, man.
It is very much
You
loaded.
got Henry in your flex, man. Just the floor of that team is ridiculous, man.
It
so,
is.
yeah, shout out to you, man. Jonathan and Maryland, appreciate the support. Appreciate you sending us this team. If there's other listeners that want to send their teams to us for a grade, please send it to us, man. We would love to just get involved and help you out in any way we can.
Okay. All right. So what brings us here today? Today we're going to talk about some of the most controversial calls in NFL history.
Oh, man.
You want to get us going?
I don't, but I do, man. All right, for one. Man. All right, everyone knows I'm a huge Raiders fan, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Raiders.
Convict.
So this call completely changed the trajectory of the Raiders in this nasty, disgusting Patriots franchise. They went in opposite directions after this call. It's I think it was 1:45 left in the game, definitely under 2 minutes. Charles Woodson blitzes from the slot, from the wide side of the field, sacks Brady, knocks the ball out, ball gets recovered, game over. We're going to the Super Bowl. It's over. Tom Brady walks off the field. He knows it's over. The referee, whoever it is, I don't the referee decides that apparently there's something called a tuck rule, which no one had ever heard of prior to this happening. Apparently, let me read the rule. I think I pulled up the rule. The tuck rule is an American football rule that states that when a quarterback intends to tuck the ball back into their body after releasing it, the ball is considered a forward pass. That sounds like some Family Show stuff. The rule only considers a loss of possession to be a fumble after the quarterback has completed their forward arm motion and tucked the ball away. So it leaves very little room, according to the rule, it leaves very little room for it to actually be a fumble. And that's crazy. If you have to, what? What are we even talking about?
How does this really make you feel? If you had to sum it up in one word, how does it make you feel?
There's not a word for it. It's just onomatopoeia. It's just a lot of aggressive noises. You know what I mean? We had never heard of the tuck rule before. I know we were a lot younger. I haven't heard the tuck rule since. I don't really hear anyone.
Well, luckily for us, we have someone who's a lot older. Have you ever heard of that rule before? He had heard it.
Producers before the tuck rule. Oh, he had not. Okay, got it. I was like, this is nuts.
It was the best. I had no idea to hear it, but it was good for football.
No.
The franchise.
Everyone
born.
hates the Patriots. Shout out to Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback ever based on his accomplishments. But everyone hates the Patriots, dog. Immediately following that, the Raiders franchise went in a different direction than they should have. Well, shortly after. And then the Patriots went on to start a dynasty and all that jazz, it's garbage. And then Tom Brady went on, for one, you have a 30 for 30 about it. For two, Tom Brady admitted that it was a fumble. You know what I mean? This is 20 years later, but still, That's not football.
That's
if
just
you
a-
have to explain it like that, that's not football, man.
That's a call that's not just black and white. It'll depend on a different ref could call that a different way every time. The rule is just so terribly written.
When a quarterback intends to tuck the ball back into their body after releasing, how can you judge intent
Yeah, how can you
as
judge
a
intent?
referee? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. So, yeah, that completely changed the trajectory of our franchise. So I hate the Patriots for it forever.
Okay.
And I think that rule was family show. You know?
Okay. I think we were all picking up what you're putting down.
Man, Dallas, what you got for yours,
So
man?
mine isn't necessarily a call; it's a no call, and I think this is probably the most one of the most famous calls of all time.
Okay.
It was NFC Championship, Saints LA, the no PI call.
Man, yeah,
Now,
that's a famous one.
I've seen a lot of really bad calls. This one was the most egregious no call I've ever seen. For one, there was three problems here. Okay. So one. Nikhil Roby-Coleman was not even looking back at the ball. One. Number two, it was an obvious pass interference. The pass interference.
Right.
Number three, it was head to head, helmet to helmet. How did they miss all three? Okay.
It's bad, man.
So at this point, if that pass interference was called, this resets the downs. This puts the Saints on the 1 yard line, and they scored. And they win that game.
Definitely.
No call. That whole stadium absolutely erupted. The city of
Yeah.
New Orleans was heartbroken. There was a petition that was trying to go to the Supreme Court to try to restart the game from that play.
I don't blame him, man.
And it got I think it was almost 1 million signatures. Okay? So that one was on the top of my head. How does something like that happen?
I think it just shows that, I mean, there is corruption in sports. And I hate to say it, but I mean, I think it's true to a point. I think with officiating, you can have such a direct impact on the game. And we've seen it in the NBA. Tim Donaghy, we can get in there and talk about, directly impacted, that game against Game 7 Lakers Kings.
You think that the Rams Saints no PI call was scripted?
I don't know about scripted. I think that was done with intentionality. I think there was more at play than we realized. Why would? How often do you see things like that happen?
That one
Never.
was bad.
You know what I'm saying?
And
It's really
it was for
obvious.
it was to go to the Super Bowl. It was to go to the Super Bowl.
And
that Super Bowl was the worst Super Bowl I've ever watched.
I'm
Rams New England.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
The worst Super Bowl I've ever watched.
Family show the Patriots, man. I think the games like that, the bigger the game, the more people are going to be betting. So if it was, scripted or whatever, it makes all the sense. It checks out. You know what I mean? Oh man, speaking of which, we got another. I know what the other one's going to be, man. You got anything else on that one? That was egregious. It was terrible. That no
that's all I
call
got.
was disgusting.
We're
man.
watching something. They have something on the TV right now, and it's something. My next.
Oh man, your next one, yeah.
My next call,
Look at
so.
that. And they, my next one, one of my next ones. All right, my Raiders playing a game against the Cowboys.
We them boys.
We stopped the Cowboys short. 4th down. Perfect. All right, we're about to win this game. The ball is clearly short of the marker. Clearly, obviously, there is a gap. The referee, who's apparently named Gene Sterator, clown, takes out a note card and folds this family show note card until it forms a bridge between the ball and the marker. And then gives Dallas a first down despite there being a gap between the ball and the marker. The marker is there is intended to show the place you have to get a first down.
Yes.
There's clearly a gap there, so it was not a first down. Folds the note card until it meets it and gives them a first down. Then the NFL came out and said, "Hey, no, we're never going to use the note card again." It was a one-time thing.
They
like,
were
what
never
is
supposed
this?
to. Yes.
What is that? I don't think it's logical. I don't know if it's a rule. Apparently not. Oh my gosh, man, it was disgusting, and I think it was just such a trash way to lose. I don't think it makes sense. I don't know. It was terrible, man. And then the NFL said they will never use a note card again.
Thank you,
never
Jerry
used it
Jones.
before and never going to use it again. So.
Thank you, Jerry Jones.
Yeah, I thought it
That's
was.
what being America's team gets you. If you're America's
gosh.
team, you get those calls.
So let's talk about America's team for the next call then. Since you're America's team and you get those calls, what's your next one, man?
All right. This one's near and dear to my heart.
Come on now.
First of all, Dez caught that ball.
Which ball?
That one. NFC playoffs. Late in the fourth quarter, Dallas was marching down to put the game on ice, go to their first NFC division championship in a couple years. Romo, Dez Bryant, DeMarco Murray were on a tear this year. They were so much fun to watch. Romo puts up a beautiful ball right there at the flag there at the end zone. Dez goes up, makes an awesome catch, high points it, comes down with it. Is down on the 1 yard line. I'm having the day of my life. I'm jumping up and down. I'm slapping hands everywhere, and they call it incomplete.
Oh yeah, but you're America's team, man. That's what you get for being America's team, right?
And I'm with you. Because of another bogus rule that no one had really ever heard of, we were screwed out of that game.
It was trash. I thought it was a catch too. I'm not nearly as invested, obviously, but yeah, it was bad. It was bad, man.
Producer, catch? No.
Catch. Okay,
catch.
producer saying catch.
Okay, anybody who watched that game could tell you. Anybody, and I get it. The Cowboys are the most hated team. Everybody.
And most popular too. Producer said yes.
Go on somewhere. Go drink your Ovaltine somewhere.
Nah, hey, but I mean they are the most popular team. You know,
Even with all the haters, they still would say Dez caught that ball.
oh yeah, I don't like the Cowboys either, but I do think it was a catch, objectively.
I think that catch literally ruined Dez Bryant's career because he was never the same after that. I know that Dak and Zeke area came in very shortly after that, and that kind of got rid of Tony Romo. So that had
Same
something
results.
to do with it. But I think that really affected him.
Yeah, it was bad, man. I thought it was a catch too, man. That's going to live forever. That's probably the most famous one of those. I know Calvin Johnson against the Bears had a catch where he got up after he caught it, spiked the ball in the end zone, and then they said incomplete. But it was crazy. So yeah, it's terrible.
It's
Refs,
a bogus rule.
I can't stand refs, man. I got one more.
Okay, let's hear it.
National championship, 2017. Georgia, Bama. Our defense is playing at the highest level. We're up 13-0. They line up the punt. Tyler Simmons breaks through, blocks the punt. We recover it in the red zone, close to the goal line. Up 13-0, fourth quarter. Game is going to be over. But wait, apparently referee Dan Capron called offsides on Tyler Simmons. I used to have this on my screensaver. I had a screenshot of the ball being hiked. The ball's gone. Tyler Simmons is onside. It was such a bad call. It ended up costing us the national championship.
Well, yeah, better off.
And he admitted, Big Ten referee, of course, admitted that it was not offsides, man. After the fact, it's worth nothing.
Sounds like an old mobster, Dan Caprone.
Yeah, that's why.
Dan
I don't know. Capron.
Yeah,
I don't know
careful.
what it was. Yeah, that's what I
Careful talking
said. Yeah, but it was a really bad call, man. And
I remember watching that game. It's a game that I was not going to watch for some other reason. But I remember I went and bought a whole basket of chicken wings, and right when the game started, I dumped them all out on the ground. Yep, that's what I remember that game for.
man, dog, that cost us a championship, and it wasn't some controversial. I don't think it's really supposition. It's just if the referee does his job properly, we win an additional championship. So I hated it. And I think Georgia was, I think Bama had more talent than we did that year. Mm-hmm. But I think Georgia was better prepared and deserved to win the game.
Okay.
So that changed, should be another championship for Kirby Smart. He should have 3 by now.
All right, Mike. Well, football's, we're within a month. We're right there. College football's coming up.
Oh,
NFL
my gosh,
shortly
man.
behind it.
Yeah.
First Saturday. No, let's say first Sunday, NFL football. What meal are you looking forward to the most? What is the best football food? Let's do a list for the
As
best football
expected.
food, 1 to 3. Give me
right.
your 1, I'll give you my one.
Got you. I'm as expected, par for the course. I'm gonna go chicken wings. Me personally here, I'm gonna say Tez wings.
Oh, Tez wings.
Shout out to Tez, man. Tez wings all day. What you got for your one, man?
I'm going chicken wings too.
Okay. For my second, and are you like a person that you likes a lot of sauce on the wings, or you dry rub?
I like it all.
Got you. Yeah, chicken wings can't go wrong, man. Second, it's gonna sound like a little kid. Pigs in the blanket.
I was hoping you would say
shout out
that.
to pigs in the blanket.
That's my number 2 as well. Pigs in the blanket.
There you go, man. And then for number 3, probably some like chips and salsa, chips and queso,
Chips and
something
queso.
like that. You know what I mean?
I thought we'd have some.
There it is, 3 for 3, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Let us know what your all-time favorite or least favorite call or no call was in the NFL.
Heartbreaking.
And we want to hear what you're going to say.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate all the support. Keep coming in with the questions. We got email. We got all the social media platforms. Reach out. Let us know your thoughts. If you're doing a draft and you want us to grade your team. If you just want to talk balls, let us know, man. Not just football either. So hit us up, man. It's for the horse and the hound. Dallas, you got anything else?
For next episode, let us know who is going to be your Heisman favorite for this upcoming college football season.
Oh, yes.
And other than that, I say we put a fork in her.
Yeah, Jackson, I need a rematch, brother.
I don't think you want that smoke, man. I think you went right into retirement after that one.
It's over, man.
All right, Mike. You good?
Yeah, we're good,
Let's get
man.
outta
For the
here.
horse and the hound, take it easy.